Hi and welcome to VeloGPS. In this video we're going to be taking a look at some of the navigation and routing options on the Garmin Edge 1000. So to start off with, we're going to quickly pop into the settings and just have a look at some of the navigation options within the activity profiles. So setting them up within the race option, which is what we'd use whilst out and about cycling, we just need to have a look at navigation and then the routing options within that. And you can see there that we have various modes to choose from. So we have a routing mode currently set for road cycling, but you can choose touring, mountain biking, car or bike driving. So there's a number of options there. So we'll just set it back to road cycling. Then the calculation method was currently set to minimise distance, but you can also choose to minimise time or ascent. And we'll just go back and then lock on roads. This locks the position icon, which represents your position on the map, onto the nearest road. We've got that set to on. And then lastly, the other one that we'll look at is Avoidance Setup. So we've set this up to avoid major highways to keep us on quieter country routes, hopefully, but you can avoid toll roads or unpaved roads or even narrow trails. So just navigating our way back to the main page again. What we're going to look at now are the routing options under the Where To icon. So we have a route planner, round trip routing, which are the two we're going to focus on today, but you can also look at saved routes, recent finds, and there's an option there for search tools. So looking firstly at route planner, this is used for planning a route, funnily enough, and we're just going to set up a basic A to B route. So we're going to find first location. And so again, you've got various options here, so you can look at your current location, any saved locations, recent finds, etc. using a map. But if you scroll down, you'll note that you have addresses. So we're just going to use that to set an address. So we're going to enter the country as the United Kingdom, yes. We're going to now enter a city or postal code. So we're going to start off nearby in Crondall. So we're just going to program that in. It takes a little bit longer because it's not a QWERTY keyboard, but there we have Crondall in Hampshire. And we're going to enter house number, which we don't know, so we'll just tick down the bottom there, and then enter street name. And we know there's a road called Pankridge Street in Crondall, so we'll just program that in. And hopefully that will pop up, there we go. And we'll just select Pankridge Street there. Okay, and then we can zoom in to our location and actually see it on a map. So zoom in a little bit more, and there's our location in Crondall. Okay, and then we select use. Okay, so that's our start location. We now need to add in our next location, and again we're just going to go with an address, and Odium is a nearby town, so yes, that's in the UK, and we're going to search by city, and we're going to type in Odium. Odium, Hampshire, yep. Again, we don't know the house number. And the street name, we're going to take a guess that we've got a high street in Odium. If we can spell high street correctly. There we go, so we've got a high street in Odium. And again, it shows you that on a map, so yes, we'll use that location. So there we've got a route from Pankridge Street to the High Street in Odium, and we can view that route. So it's just calculating that now. Okay, and we have a map of the route there, but if we wanted to look at the elevation over that route, we just click on the elevation icon down the bottom, and then we're just going to need to zoom out on the scale, just so we can see what the elevation looks like over the whole ride. So it looks ever so slightly uphill, but fairly flat. And then to ride that, we just click on ride. Now the GPS is off at the moment, we're in demo mode, so you would need to make sure your GPS is turned on, but to ride you simply click on the start or stop button. So that just gives you a quick demonstration of the route navigation methods there. So yes, we will stop navigation. And what we'll do now is we'll click on the bottom of the screen to bring up the home page icon and return to the home page. Okay, so having had a look at the route planner function, we're next going to have a look at the round trip routing option, which we just select here. Now round trip routing allows you to start from a location, and that could be your current location or it could be a location that you select from a map. We've already pre-programmed in for ease a location that's back in Crondall, Itchell Lane there, but then what you have the choice to do is set the distance for this round trip. So we've got a 10-mile or approximate 10-mile ride selected there. You can choose anything you want. You can choose 100 miles, 50 miles, or as little as 5 or 10 as we have here. So if we just go back, you then simply hit the search button, and the Edge 1000's going to start doing some clever calculations to come up with 3 possible round trips. Okay, so there we have Route 1 cropping up, Route 2 about 10 miles, and Route 3 should pop up shortly, and we've got elevations over on the right hand side. So how long the routes take to pop up will vary depending on what the options are, and indeed some of the parameters which we set earlier in terms of navigational restrictions, so things like avoiding main roads and so forth. So once you have those there, you can simply select them. So I think we'll go for Route 2, shall we? And that shows the route on a map, and if you want to look at the elevation profile over that route, you can just bring that up and again adjust the scale, and we'll zoom out a little bit to have a look at what the profile looks like. So it looks like we've got a bit of a couple of killer hills in the middle there, and then if you want to ride that route, you simply select ride. Now we've got the GPS off at the moment because we're in demo mode, so it's given us the option here to simulate driving this route. But if we wanted to ride it and we had GPS on, we'd simply hit the start button here. So we can see from what's on screen, this is what you'd see whilst you're actually navigating the route. And on the bottom right, we've got distance to next selected. So these are 2 parameters that we've programmed in, so they could be set to custom options from all of the range of parameters there. And then in the top field, we've got the next turn instructions. That's going to be left on Roke Lane. So we're just going to let this run through because we'll show you the turn alerts that pop up. So we're just going to fast forward this for now. Okay, so we're gradually getting closer to the next turn, and what you'll see is it just coming into view at the top of the screen there. But just as we hit 0.1 miles, we're going to get a turn alert. So as you're approaching, this alert screen will pop up, and that will display distance to the point, and there's another audible alert there, and the time to the point. So we're just going to see us making a turn in a couple of 100 feet time. So here we go, and as we go round the turn, what you should find is that the turn alert screen goes back to the normal map page, or if it was the data page you were on, there we go, we've returned to the page. And we can see that the next turn instruction at the top is to continue on Roke Lane for the next almost 2 miles. So we'll leave things there.